I have a confession to make. Maybe this is something you already know, or some of you have figured out from watching our videos. Maybe you learned about it from our vlog channel because I have been talking about this there, or you've just been able to ascertain this fact from watching some of our Hallyu Back news videos. Either way, this is something that I have not said directly until now. I am a bigger K-pop fan now that we live in the US than I ever was when we lived in Korea. The reason for this, I'm not exactly sure. I do think it just literally has to do with as we get older or as we develop as humans, our interests change. I also think K-pop has gotten better as time has gone on. I also think living over there, especially if you're within the Seoul area, you get to see up close how K-pop is more manufactured in a large corporation type atmosphere versus how the experience I had in the US growing up where music is made in someone's basement or nowadays on someone's computer in someone's basement, but it's always or usually one person or a couple people making it big eventually, if they do make it big. Over there, a big corporation selects different, very talented individuals, sticks them into a group, signs them to a 7 or 10-year contract, something like this. And that initially is the sort of thing that didn't really sit well with me. Now is the type of thing where I don't care because I like the music a lot. I also think listening to K-pop and hearing Korean language in the lyrics helps me be nostalgic about a place where I lived for so long and really enjoyed living there. So recently we uploaded a video, a Top 5 Friday, where Steph talked about her favorite BTS songs, her top 5 BTS songs of all time. And we got this comment by Haween Rashid. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I am kinda suspicious with all these famous YouTubers suddenly reacting and talking about BTS. I am curious if she actually knows listen to BTS songs that don't have a music video. I am not hating at all. But I want people to like BTS as artists, not for views, subscribers. At the time that I captured this comment got 205 thumbs up and at least 50, 60 replies. First of all, can I say Haween? I hope I'm saying that correctly. Thank you for being a subscriber. I checked your channel. You are a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, button is down below. I also like the fact that you said famous YouTubers. That gives me a chuckle. Makes me feel warm and fuzzy. It does, because I don't think of myself that way. YouTuber, yes. Famous YouTuber. A comment like this gets other people thinking more in this direction. If one person writes that they are suspicious of something and people read it, then all of a sudden that is activated in their mind and they too become suspicious. Some people reply that they were thinking the same thing initially when they saw the link in the subscription. But I know a lot of you are young and very impressionable, and so comments like this, a little scary for people like us, YouTubers, but not if we're not doing anything wrong. And I never ever for a second thought that making a video about BTS was anything we were doing wrong ever. I was trying to look at this rationally from a non-YouTuber's perspective, because as a YouTuber, you always want to make the most popular and viewable videos, because why put all that effort into setting up the camera, lighting, getting the focus, getting the sound right, collecting your thoughts, possibly writing them down, and then shooting the video, and then logging the footage, and then opening up the editing software and doing all the editing, and then, you know, after that I gotta tag it. There's so much that goes into making a video, one video, and we do it on 2 channels almost daily. It's a lot of effort. So why would I want to make a video that people weren't going to watch? Why would any YouTuber want to do that? I don't know any YouTuber that is trying to make videos that people don't watch. So for instance, with Hallyu Back News, of course, we're going to pick the subjects that we think you guys are going to be most interested in, i.e. the most people are going to watch. Recently, BTS has made a splash with Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and so we've wanted to talk about that and bring that sort of information, news, whatever you want to call it, reaction, our personal experience with Korea to you guys. But there's another angle to this that I feel like a whole bunch of you are not taking into consideration. I am a K-pop fan, more than I have ever been a K-pop fan in my life this day today. Last night I went for a 4-mile run and I was listening to K-pop on a playlist the entire 4 miles. That's 40 or 50 minutes of listening to music. All K-pop. I want to take a moment to tell you a little bit about my interests. I like Psy, I like Big Bang, I like BTS, I like EXO. But this does not mean that I know all the members names in EXO, or I know all the members' names in BTS. I just like listening to their music. Does this make me a fan of BTS? I hope it does. I like listening to their music. It's a curious thing, different levels of fandom, if you really think about it. Take BTS for instance. They've been around since 2013. They made their debut in 2013. Let me triple check that. BTS Wiki. Debuted June 13th, 2013. They've been around roughly 3.5 years exactly, which means that nobody has been a fan of BTS for more than 3.5 years. I suppose it's possible that someone could be a fan before they debuted if the information about BTS was coming out that they were going to debut on a certain date, but you could read about them before their debut. If that is actually the case, which I don't know if it is, maybe you've been a fan for longer than 3.5 years. But if you really think about it, 3.5 years, not that long. Is it really true that you are more of a fan of a group, a K-pop group, if you've been a fan of that group for 3 years versus someone who just discovers their music 6 months ago and then really likes it too? Do you get more credit for being a fan for 3 years than this other person does for 6 months? Is that really a thing? Really stop and think about it. 3 years, not that long of time at all for anything. Let me give you a little bit more insight here. I am a fan of BTS in the same way that I am a fan of just about any music group that I have ever liked in my entire life. This includes rap music that I was listening to in the 1980s up and through the 1990s, and with the exception of Tupac and Biggie, which everybody seems to know more of than any other rapper in existence, I don't know much about any of the other rappers that I listened to growing up, just like I don't know that much about BTS and the members of BTS. Like for instance, where the members of BTS are from in South Korea. I'm just that guy that likes their music. In fact, I like their music so much, I wanted a hashtag BTS t-shirt after Blood, Sweat, and Tears was released. I'm not kidding, this was the shirt I want. I went onto the internet looking to buy this shirt, and it's not for sale anywhere. I couldn't find it, or at least I wasn't doing the right searches. I don't know, but I liked it so much, and I'm in a position where I'm like, well, you know what? If I made this shirt and then I had a few more made, because we make YouTube videos, I could link it down below in the description, and if people wanted to buy it, they could buy it too. Yeah, we're gonna make a few dollars from it, but actually, if you really think about the logistics of the money, for instance, we had these made for a certain amount of money, we're offering free shipping. In the United States, we're selling them for $15. Each place that you have to ship it to within the United States costs at least $3. We're not even really making that much money, and I didn't make them to make money anyways. I wanted one. Steph and I, we are artists, we create. I'm creating right now as I make this. So it seemed really natural to me to make this and then offer them to you guys too. I guess my point of all this is I don't understand why some people who like BTS just like BTS and are happy that anybody else decides to like BTS, whether they like them this much or this much or this much or this much. And then there's this other group who, some of you are subscribed to our channel, so thank you. But you hate on people because they don't like BTS enough? Like, does that really exist? The truth is it does. Something that was going through my head when I was deciding to make this and planning it out was, why do we have so much negativity in the world? Like just in general, this is not related to K-pop or Korea, but there's good and there's bad. There's light and there's dark. We have this yin and yang, and it's so much easier to be negative or to have a negative thought or to say something negative than it is to be positive. Like it takes less energy to point out some critical aspect of anything than it does to point out that something is positive. It literally takes less energy to be negative. I think this is why people are drawn to negativity. If you are one of those people who has a salty taste in your mouth, or you're feeling salty, or you just feel salty because we're making all these videos about BTS because, well, A, they're popular, B, we like them. Take a moment to think whether you wrote a positive or a negative comment on any of our videos recently in regards to BTS. I'm not saying you should or you shouldn't change your behavior. I'm saying for your own personal happiness, is it better that you write something negative for your long-term happiness in your life? Or is it better that you try to see something positive in the world in everything that you're looking at and go that direction? I want this video to have a positive message. I want you guys to understand that I see all your comments. There was something like over 500 comments on the video we uploaded yesterday. That's insanity to me. It shows the power of the internet. It shows how many people like BTS, for instance, and it also shows how many of you see one thing and how many others see another thing. And it's your right to choose what you think, and you can have your own opinions. It's totally okay with me. That's what being a free, loving, independent human being is all about. I just thought you guys should know my perspective on all this because, you know what? I like K-pop a lot, and maybe you didn't know that. Thanks for watching, you guys. Click the like button, click the subscribe button if you haven't already. And that's it, I'm out of here. Hasta luego! Links in the description to the hashtag BTS t-shirts if you're interested. And if you're not, that's okay too.